Welcome back to the channel, Saints fans. Today, we are bringing you a report that is honestly hard to believe. If you thought the 2024 season had already delivered enough drama and heartbreak, wait until you hear what is happening in the facility right now. We are looking at a total, unmitigated roster collapse just hours before the Week 18 clash against the Atlanta Falcons. Is this the white flag? Is the season officially over before the final whistle even blows? The news coming out of New Orleans is nothing short of a nightmare for anyone wearing the black and gold. We are talking about the heart and soul of this team being ripped out at the worst possible moment. Let's set the stage. The Saints were supposed to head into this divisional rivalry with at least a fighting spirit, but the latest injury report reads more like a casualty list from a disaster movie. The team has officially ruled out defensive tackle Bryan Bresee, defensive tackle Nathan Shepard, and the two biggest weapons on offense, running back Alvin Kamara and star wide receiver Chris Olave. Can you even imagine this offense without Kamara and Olave? It is practically non-existent. But wait, it gets even worse. General manager Mickey Loomis didn't just stop at ruling players out. The team has executed a massive wave of roster moves, placing cornerback Michael Davis, tight end Zaire Mitchell-Payton, tight end Jack Stoll, and wide receiver Mason Tipton on the injured reserve. This isn't just a few tweaks. This is a complete overhaul of the active roster due to medical necessity. The depth chart has been decimated. For years, the Saints have prided themselves on their resilience, but this is testing the very limits of the organization. Alvin Kamara has been the engine of this team since he was drafted out of Tennessee. His ability to impact the game as both a runner and a receiver is legendary. Without him, the backfield loses its identity. And Chris Olave? He has been the lone bright spot in the passing game, a young star who consistently beats double coverage. To lose both in a single week is a statistical anomaly that spells disaster. We have to look at the historical context here. New Orleans and Atlanta is one of the most heated rivalries in professional sports. Usually, these games are decided by elite playmaking. Now the Saints are heading into battle with what is essentially a preseason roster. This isn't just about one game, it's about the physical state of the franchise. How did it get this bad? The accumulation of injuries throughout the season has finally reached a breaking point. The defensive line is missing its anchors in Bresee and Shepard, meaning the Falcons' running game could have a career day. The secondary is thin, and the receiving core is virtually unrecognizable. Fans are rightfully asking, is this management giving up, or is the luck in New Orleans just that bad? We are diving deep into the replacements, the panic signings, and the tactical void left by these departures in just a second.
Now, let's get into the deep analysis of who is actually going to be on the field. To fill the massive holes in the roster, Mickey Loomis has turned to the practice squad, signing wide receivers Ronnie Bell and Samori Toure, along with defensive end Fadil Diggs. Let's talk about these names, because they are now the leaders of your New Orleans Saints. Ronnie Bell, a former 7th-round pick for the 49ers, has played in 27 career games, but has only 8 catches to his name. He's a Michigan product with some special teams experience, but asking him to replace the production of Chris Olave is a monumental task. Then you have Samori Toure, who hasn't even seen an NFL field in a regular season game since 2023. He spent time with the Packers, Broncos, and Bears before landing on the Saints practice squad just weeks ago. This is a guy who is still learning the playbook, and now he's expected to be a primary target. The receiver room now consists of Kevin Austin Jr., Dante Pettis, Bell, and Toure. If you told a Saints fan at the start of the season that this would be the wideout rotation for Week 18, they would have laughed in your face. It is a desperate situation. Tactically, what does this mean for the game plan? The Saints are going to have to rely on a hyper-conservative approach. Expect a lot of short passes and a heavy dose of whatever depth is left in the running back room. Defensively, the loss of Bresee and Shepard is perhaps even more damaging. Without a push in the middle, the Falcons will control the clock and the line of scrimmage. This is a complete mismatch on paper. Many analysts are calling this a look-ahead move, wondering if the front office is already pivoting toward the 2025 NFL Draft. By placing so many players on IR, they are clearing space and perhaps protecting their remaining assets from further meaningless injury. But for the fans who paid for tickets, this is a bitter pill to swallow. The rivalry with Atlanta deserves a high-level contest, and instead it looks like a developmental league game. What does this mean for Mickey Loomis and the future of the coaching staff? When a roster is this depleted, it's hard to evaluate the performance fairly. But the lack of depth is a direct reflection of roster construction over the last 3 years. This offseason is going to be one of the most critical in the history of the New Orleans Saints. They are at a crossroads. Do they rebuild completely,
Or do they hope that a healthy Kamara and Olave are enough to contend in a weak NFC South next year? The rumors are already swirling that massive changes are coming to the training staff and the front office. This Week 18 game is less about the score and more about seeing which of these young practice squad players can prove they belong in the league. Can Ronnie Bell or Samori Toure become the next diamond in the rough? We'll find out soon enough. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because the post-game fallout is going to be even crazier than this news. Leave a comment below. Do you think the Saints have any chance of beating the Falcons with this roster? Or is it time to start scouting for the draft? Let us know your thoughts, and as always, Who Dat?